Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to Will You Press the Button with myself and...
Filippo Extravaganza.
There he is.
Yes. Will you press the button? So we've got another round altogether. I don't know how many there are. I don't know how many we've done. We've done a fair few.
Yeah.
And there's been a few in the. I know that the playlist is quite a good chunk.
There is.
And these are always useful to go over and get our views on them as well, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. So it's the old one with the conundrum, press the button or will you not press it? So Phil, tell me. Now apologies obviously everyone if the screen text is quite large, it's just large that way so Phil can see over Skype, but...
Yeah, because I'm not with you this time.
Indeed.
I'm no longer. But it's definitely something in the future. I'll come over and...
You'll come over and we'll do a proper one. Who knows? Yeah. So Phil, whoever you vote for in an election will win. This includes write-in candidates, but your choice will be mysteriously assassinated on the last day of their last term.
Wow, so that's already, we're off to a very dark start.
We're off to a dark start indeed. I get the feeling the person who made this is probably American, because writing candidates, that sounds like a very American thing, if I'm not mistaken.
So let's do it for our let's do it for our Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can vote for whoever we want, but they'll become mysteriously assassinated on the last day.
Just on that, because the thing is, if we're going to judge this from a UK perspective, right? Because technically in UK general elections, you don't vote specifically for the person who you want to be Prime Minister, you vote for the party.
No, you vote for the party.
Yeah.
So let's, in this scenario, let's say that whoever we vote for, they're going to win the election.
Yeah.
But the leader, obviously, who becomes the next Prime Minister, will be assassinated on the last day of their last term.
Yes.
So essentially, if we can't really press the button for this because we're basically condoning death.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or being assassinated for our choice.
There is.
So I think it's quite easy. Will not.
Yeah, it is a will not from me as well. Because the thing is, like, if you were talking about a US president, then last term would either be after 4 years or after 8 years, depending on whether they got voted in for a second term. But obviously in the UK, theoretically, that could be a long or very short amount of time. So they might only be in office for no 1 4 year term. Yeah.
You might not like your Theresa Mays and your David Camerons, but we don't want to. We don't want to put to death. For God's sake,
we
Jesus.
don't. We don't indeed. Yeah, let's go will not then, and see what everyone else says. Okay, we're oh wow, okay. Apparently, 59% of people did press that button. So
it's not a huge wave between 2 points. So, but still, more people want to kill
their leader. Okay.
Well, yeah, politics is a big thing, isn't it? People do like their sort of candidates and parties a lot.
I suppose, it can be very polarised these days, and people say all kinds of things, which they, probably say in the heat of the moment. Whether they actually mean them is another question altogether. But there you go. On to the next one then.
Scenario the next, which will be on to me.
On to you.
So we're going to win 1 billion, so we'll obviously do it in our currency, £1 billion on the lottery, but you have to live in Sweden.
Well,
what's wrong with Sweden?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see a downside to this. Sweden's a nice country.
Place to live in the world. I've heard that they're one of the happiest countries in the world as well.
Something like that.
And apparently, so some of the Swedish women are said to be some of the beautiful. Yeah. So
yes,
get that button pressed. Andrew.
Get that button pressed. Yeah. Having said that,
this.
It is. Look at that. We're way in the stonking majority there. 84%. That's pretty fantastic.
I thought that'd been 100, to be honest.
Thing is, though, like, not just Sweden, but the Nordic countries in general always tend to score very highly on like international indexes for like happiness, general well-being, stuff like that, education, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Nordic countries, Finland, places like that, good places to live. Yeah.
Oh, here's a little fact about Sweden. All of its public transport is free. Yeah.
Damn.
We learned something from that, eh?
I know. If only it was free in the UK and all that.
Well,
man. Exactly. Instead of having to pay like flipping. Well, I remember back when I was living up north, it was like bloody £8 £8 for a day rider on the bus
Oh.
service. It was
Yeah,
God, it
public
was
transport's
awful.
just astounding.
Yeah.
Trains as well. Trains are a fucking ball ache.
They are, for prices and all that. They're absolutely terrible. Okay, on to the next one then. So, me to stay. You can delete anyone from history at any given time, but all of the negative repercussions that result from it affect you and your loved ones. Personally, I would say will not on this one.
Yeah, because you can delete anyone from history. So essentially, someone in the past that's now dead, you can stop them from ever existing. So you could, like Adolf Hitler, for example. But
would you want to, though? I mean, because the thing is, like, everyone sort of thinks about how, I could go back and I could remove this evil person from the timeline. But the thing is, you don't know what the repercussions of doing that might be.
And here you go. These negative repercussions are going to now affect you and your loved ones.
Indeed.
So that's your family, your friends, your significant others, anything like that. Yeah. I don't think we should go with the button press on this one.
Yeah, I think it's a will not, definitely. Let's go will not. And, we're in the majority, 67%.
I thought it would be, because that's just, you don't want any negative repercussions on that.
Yeah, there's too much uncertainty around it. You don't know what's going to happen and all that, so it's kind of risky. Next one.
Right,
Philip.
the scenario relates to any and every wish you have is granted without any consequences, but upon pressing this button, time will reverse to a few moments before pressing it.
Wait, so does that mean you're stuck in an eternal button pressing time loop kind of thing?
Yeah, that seems to be what's happening. What's happening here.
In other words, like, as soon as you press that button, it's like it reverses you back in time to before you pressed it. So, in other words...
So that means you don't get the wish.
Yeah, you don't get the wishes then, because you're constantly just caught in a time loop. So, will not then.
That would be awful.
It would, yeah.
It's like I've seen films where based on time loops and everything. Like, the biggest one was that Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day, I was about to mention that. That's a film I've never watched, and I think probably I should do.
I've seen snippets of it, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a latest game, actually, a latest indie game, where... this guy was in a time loop. And he had to spend 12 minutes, and it came to the
12 minutes.
12 minutes. That's it. Yeah, and it came to the conclusion that his wife, who he was dating and everything, it was actually his sister.
Yeah.
So it was like condoning incest, and people were a bit up in arms about it.
You haven't been watching my August 2021 Steam reviews video by any chance, have you? Because that was one of the games actually I had in that
video. No, it wasn't in there. No, it was one of the top 10 lists I watched. That was interesting indie games and things like that.
Yeah, as soon as you mentioned game with time loop, my first thought was 12 minutes, because I incorporated that in my August 2021 Steam reviews video, and I made a lot of jokes about Willem Dafoe because he's voicing one of the characters in it. So
there's that. Obviously, there's the film Groundhog Day. I've seen snippets of it. I don't think I've seen the full film. As well, but yeah, this scenario doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So,
will not then.
Will on that.
Yeah, and actually in the minority, only 35%. I have a feeling that a lot of people maybe didn't see the problem there with that one.
Yeah, not thinking through properly there. At least we've got our brains on.
Yes.
They're screwed on tightly.
Screwed on well, almost as tightly as we can make it. Still a bit floppy though, old boy. Yes. On to the next one then. Okay.
Go.
Yep, it's me. That's right. Opposite sex finds you really attractive, but you're homosexual.
So then there's no point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they want you, but you're just not interested in them.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really a problem if you are already gay, but thing is, thing is, me and you, we're pretty much straight as they come, so I think for us this is personally just a will not thing, but yeah,
probably so. Yeah.
It
might work if you were bisexual, but it worked then. But no, in this scenario for us, it'd be a will not.
Yeah, will not. We're in the kind of majority there. Indeed. Yeah, I don't see any reason to kind of just press that. But next one then. So over to you, Phil.
You find your true love, but they live on a different continent. Right,
Well.
Now this is the thing with regards to long-distance relationships. They could live on a different continent, but they might not be too far away. I mean, our closest continent is Asia, so you could have someone, I'm just thinking the closest Asian country to Europe. It'd probably be something like
West Asian
Russia.
country. Well, like
Yeah.
Turkey, somewhere around there, yeah. A West Asian country.
No. Turkey's in Europe. So that wouldn't count.
Well, Turkey's a funny
Turkey,
one.
No, Turkey is in Europe, but it's got one of its major cities is on 2 continents.
True.
Istanbul is in Europe and Asia, but
you could say the
Turkey
same
is
thing
classed-
about Russia, though. Like, Russia is a funny one because it's like,
Russia's
part of it is in
classed as
Europe.
European as well.
It is, but there's like, from an academic point of view, there's a lot of debate over, where do you draw the lines with like these kind of broad
They're
terms
both
like
in
European,
Eurovision, they're both
Asian.
in the Euros football.
Yeah, but Phil, Azerbaijan is in Eurovision. Azerbaijan is not Europe. I'm saying that right now.
Azerbaijan's not in the Euros.
Indeed.
Azerbaijan is not Europe. No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Azerbaijan is Asia.
Israel is not in Europe, and yet that country still gets into Eurovision.
Yeah, the Middle
time
East.
to
The
time.
Middle East is a sort of funny part.
Yeah.
Because
It's the thing is, like, when you look at the kind of these terms like Europe and Asia and things like this, we all kind of, I think, have in our heads kind of a clear idea of what is and isn't. But, like, then there's always, like, little questions about countries around the edges where, like, the culture displays kind of elements of both sides kind of the continental divide, so to speak. And so it's like there's always these kind of funny ones where it's like, okay,
they are funny ones, but technically Russia is classed as European.
Yeah,
but
I guess it is.
Eurasia. It's basically Eurasia. That's what it is. That's another term for what Russia is in.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, Turkey's a bit more over to the west than Russia is. So
yeah,
but it's Istanbul. Istanbul is it's the only city in the world on 2 continents.
Yeah.
And no, guys, people do think Istanbul is not the capital city of Turkey. It's Ankara. Ankara is the capital city of Turkey, but Istanbul, I think, is its biggest city.
Quick history test for you, Phil. What was Istanbul called before it was called Istanbul?
Constantinople.
Constantinople, that was the one. Yes, there you go.
Sort of, I knew that myself, but sort of a little comes from Assassin's Creed because Assassin's Creed 2 is set over that sort of way.
Indeed.
But yes, I knew it was Constantinople, but yeah, if you find your true love, but long distance relationships can work.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, it's difficult, but they can work.
Thing is, though, here's the thing. Here's the loophole. This conundrum doesn't say that you can't like travel or move to be with them. It doesn't. So yeah. So you could just press that button and fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With them.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Should we press that button then?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's do it.
The majority, eh?
Yeah, we are 68%. Fantastic stuff. Okay, on to the next one then.
Right.
You can hear other people's thoughts, but you can only hear what they are thinking about you.
Well, I suppose that'll be useful because you can find out if they're not really familiar with you. So you can't hear. So if they're thinking about other people, you can't. Well, I suppose that's a bad side because you can't protect people.
Yeah. You can't.
If you're just hearing stuff about yourself, you can just all of a sudden you can just be like, right, let me have a look. What a knobhead that Phil is.
I know.
Oh wow.
That's the thing, like, it's everything that they might be thinking about you, and I feel like I probably wouldn't want to do it because there's probably some things people think that I'm probably better off not knowing.
It might be crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you remember in Bruce Almighty?
Oh God,
when he became God, and all of the people giving him prayers. Just
it's constant. It's overloading. Yeah. So I would say will not personally on this one. Yeah, just because of that thing. Like, again. People might be having one of those moments where they think, "Oh God, that flipping Andrew. Why did he do this? Why did he do that? He's such an idiot." Things like this. It's like, do you want to know that kind of thing?
Get you down
as
well.
Indeed.
Could lead to depression.
Yeah. So will not. For me personally, oh wow, we're not in the majority at all.
No, we're not.
Wow, some people want to be psychic real bad, I guess.
I know some people want to hear about what the people got to say about themselves. Okay.
Indeed. Yes. Next one then. So over to you.
Right. So you grow wings, but you can't use them to fly.
Well, what's the bloody point of growing wings then?
Yeah, was it to just glide?
Yeah. I suppose you could glide.
Things like sugar gliders, isn't it?
Yeah.
And flying squirrels.
Indeed.
Is it a sugar glider can fly, or is it well, I know the flying squirrel can because it's got like that flap of skin.
Yeah.
But it mostly glides.
Yeah, I think because like flying squirrels, things like that, because of their like body mass, it's hard for them to actually. Well, I don't know if they can properly fly because they're too heavy.
Flying fish as well.
Yeah.
You can't do it, but glide a bit.
They glide, yeah. They like jump and then glide down on air currents or whatever.
But yeah, it seems pretty pointless. This.
Yeah, it does. Personally, I'm inclined to say will not.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one.
Indeed. Yeah, we're in the majority, 60%. Just don't see the point of it if you can't fly properly.
No, it's a bit weird one, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Infinite money and power, Phil, but you lose your legs. Ooh.
That's what a sacrifice.
Indeed.
But you don't always need your legs to get around. I mean, you'll be fine in a wheelchair.
Yeah. I think it's technology these days. You can get flipping good prosthetics, probably.
Yeah. Again, there you go. Prosthetics doesn't say anything about you can't have prosthetics.
Indeed.
And you get infinite money and power.
Oh man, get that infinite money and power. Yes.
The best thing people say, when they say like, what would you wish for? And they would say, oh, if I had wishes, one of the wishes would be for £1 million. No, don't do that. Instead, the best thing to wish for is that you always have the exact amount of change.
Yes.
When you get it. Just imagine that, that'll be £5.60, please. And you just put your hand in your pocket and there it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the downside to that would be when you're trying to buy like a house. Oh, that'll be 230,000, please. Oh, God, hang on a minute. Oh, here it all comes.
Yeah, you just have it in a briefcase. It could be like one of those movie moments where do you take cash and then you open briefcase.
Yeah,
ones of banknotes.
That's the wish you should go for. Always have the right amount of change, because then you wouldn't need to. You'd never run out, would you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's infinite. But there you go. I was just thinking when you were talking about wishes and what sort of wishes you should go for, it just reminded me then of a Yogscast Angori Tom and Ben moment where there was something. It was a joke they made. It was something like Tom in sort of like chaotic evil style said, one of my wishes would be to deny everyone else wishes. I wish that everyone else doesn't have wishes. It was like, wow, that's the evil option to go for there, but
didn't have wishes anyway.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Right, so we're pressing the button, are we?
Yeah, we'll press it, because you can live without legs and get prosthetics and all that.
Indeed. There you go. Well, we're in the slim majority, 59%, but there you go. Indeed. On to the next one. So
right. You can fly. Okay, fly again. But while in the air, you shit every 3 seconds, kind of like a bird.
Oh dear. Well, that's
that would be a bit embarrassing.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? I mean,
every 3 seconds, though.
I know, that's pretty frequent. Good Lord. I mean, that's crazy though. I feel like where is this poop coming from? Considering that you only eat at certain times of the day. But good Lord.
And you can. There's going to be a lot of angry people, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because you're going to be getting them, and you can't stop it.
Indeed, people are going to get pissed off at you, and they're probably going to
very quickly.
Constrain your ability
away
to fly.
From them and get out of there.
Yeah.
But they can probably knock you down with stones or something like that.
Yeah. They get the shotguns out.
Or they get the shotguns out because you shot. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's a point.
Yeah.
They could get you down with that.
I feel like on top of that as well, if you were shitting every 3 seconds, it would probably slow you down quite immensely. I feel like it might do, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it.
Like little small ones.
Maybe small ones, little pellets.
Yeah, little pellets.
Yeah. Or maybe it's exactly like a bird. It comes out in a very liquid form. Ugh,
yeah,
geez.
That's what I was thinking. Well, yeah, that's what it is, kind of like a bird. So if it's a bird, it's going to be liquid form.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I don't think so, though. No.
Nah, I don't think I would.
We'll not this.
Yeah, we'll not it. I don't know, flying's a bit overrated. We're slim majority, 54%.
Yeah, it's quite slim now.
Indeed. Some people don't mind shitting every 3 seconds. Oh dear. You can have sex with anyone you want, but you can't feel sexual pleasure. Well, in that case...
So you're doing it to... Okay, so... Oh no, you wouldn't necessarily be doing it to reproduce.
Yeah.
Because there's only... That's another fact, apparently. Only humans and dolphins have sex for pleasure. Every other animal species doesn't. It does it to reproduce.
Yeah. Well, so you can have sex to reproduce if you want, but without the sexual pleasure, it just feels really dull, doesn't it?
It would, wouldn't it? It would feel dull. You just be. I mean, other half will probably be feeling amazing, but you'll be like, oh right. Okay?
Indeed, yes.
So essentially, you'll be like every other animal species, apart from
Yeah.
dolphins, because they obviously don't feel the pleasure.
Indeed.
You want to feel. That's why
Yeah.
people have sex.
Yeah, you want to feel that
So they
pleasure.
feel the pleasure.
Personally, I'm inclined to say will not.
Yeah.
Indeed. Let's go with that one. Oh, wow, yeah, stonking big majority, 73%
That is,
there.
isn't it?
It is.
Blimey.
Indeed.
Right.
Next one.
Yes.
Right, you.
Okay. You aren't stuck here forever, but you never enjoy any video game again.
Oh, okay. That's a strange one. So I'm not stuck where I live at the moment forever. I mean, thing is like, okay. I mean, there's plenty of things in life you can enjoy other than video games, but
You aren't stuck. So if you want to carry on enjoying video games, you've got to be stuck where you are.
yes, yeah, I assume that means like where you're living or something.
Well, fine.
Or,
I really want to give up video games because they're just so good and there's so many varieties.
yeah. True. It's a funny one. I'm assuming it means you're stuck here forever. It like means where you are in life, maybe.
Yeah,
or
where you are
like
now.
that.
So you constantly stay there with your same job, your same house, same everything. But if you press the button, you won't be able to enjoy that video game. But that would be no good for you. You'd have to stop your YouTube channel.
Well, or alternatively keep my YouTube channel, but just go to something else.
Yeah,
it's not games.
Films or
Indeed.
board games.
Board games. Oh, dearie me. I mean, I think on the stuck here point. I mean, I'm in a fairly comfortable position in life. I don't feel like if I was stuck in that position, I don't think that would be a bad thing.
It'd probably be things like you can't progress in your job, so no promotions, like that. You can't move house. You have to stay in the same place you are now. You don't have it. You can't do anything in your life goals, anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I could go either way on that one, but I don't know. What's your inclination, Phil?
I'm not too sure. I mean, you could go, like you said, there's other things you can do apart from video games. Lots of things. That's. Now, when it says you never enjoy any video game again, does that mean you can't watch like YouTube walkthroughs and things like that, or is it just you can't play them? That could be that you can't watch someone YouTube either.
That could include that.
Because that's essentially enjoying a video game.
Indeed. Should we say will not?
Let's go will not.
Just go will not because we're not really sure on that one.
We are in the majority there.
69%, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
There we go. Right, on to this next one.
Yes.
You will be able to put yourself into any world/alternate universe at any time or any specific moment at your command, but you must stay there for at least one day, and in every other world, no one will be able to see or hear you.
Right. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so it's kind of like you can go in, but you have to be kind of the ghost-like observer. You can't interact with it.
Yeah, so you're only be there for one day, but that's fine. And you don't have to. You can just see what's going on and around. You don't have to interact with anyone.
Yeah.
And it'd be cool to go into these alternate worlds.
It would, wouldn't it?
Because it says once you've been there for one day, you must stay there for at least one day. So if you enjoy it, you can stay another day.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed, and no one can see or hear you, but that doesn't matter too much. You might just sort of take on, like I say, the role of silent observer and just watch things unfold in there.
What's going on? Yeah, and then you can get to. It'd be interesting to see what other worlds would be like or alternate universes. You could see one where, you could go to. You could go into an alternate universe where you see yourself not starting a YouTube channel.
Indeed.
or us never starting the VA Brits. Yeah.
Could you imagine such a? Oh, that would be the dark timeline. That would, Phil.
Dark timeline. Yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, should we press the button on this one?
Or you becoming the next PewDiePie. Imagine that.
Oh God. How's it going,
There could very well be an alternate universe where you are that.
Oh my God.
And your channel is the most successful on YouTube.
An alternate universe where I am PewDiePie.
Or there could even be an alternate world where we never met.
Oh God, yes.
Imagine that.
Yes.
Thank God for that. I need to visit that world.
Wow. I was just about to make that sort of joke myself. That sounds like a good timeline.
You've got to be quicker.
I have got to be quicker.
I think we need to press the button here because it's quite
Press that
interesting.
boot on. There we go. Yeah, 75%. A lot of people agreed with us. Pretty good.
Yeah, I thought they might do. Right.
Yes.
Okay. You can read people's minds, but only when they're thinking negatively about you.
This is
Now,
basically the same as that. Well, not
yeah,
the same,
and it's
but
going to
almost.
affect you in a way.
Yeah.
It's going to make you depressed, I think.
Yeah.
It's just going to hear all the negative things. You're never going to hear. There will be positive things they're thinking of you,
Yeah.
potentially, but you can't hear those.
Indeed. I mean, I can see some situations where maybe they would be used to this. For example, if someone is thinking negatively in a kind of a constructive criticism manner,
Yeah.
so you might sort of pick up on that and think, okay, maybe there's something actually I could do better or improve.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but having said that, there'll probably also be a lot of stuff where it's not really constructive criticism; it's just them thinking negatively,
Yeah.
On a
I think
personal
that's
level.
easy, will not.
Yeah, will not. I mean, the thing is, if they've got constructive criticism, they can say it to your face. That's fine.
Yeah. Like if let's say you're smelling a bit and you've
Yeah.
you could do with putting a bit of deodorant on, mate, or going to have a shower.
Indeed. Yeah. So we're actually not in the majority though, 36%. So
Interesting.
indeed.
Why not?
Yes. Right. It is. Is it me or you?
See how your memory is.
Yeah. It's you, isn't it?
No.
Oh, it's me. Okay, never mind. You get a random superpower, Phil, but you become the small talking animal sidekick with the last friend you touched. Okay, so right.
Okay. So you can get anything you want, any superpower. It doesn't matter what it is, but
You turn into a small talking animal sidekick.
to your last friend.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Well, you can choose your small talking animal sidekick. You can choose who you want to be, which small talking animal you want to be.
Indeed.
That's fine.
If you were a small talking animal, Phil, what kind of animal would you be?
Well, if you could be the biggest small talking animal. How about
Big
that?
small.
Just be what are some big small animals?
Some big small animals. What about a koala or
a wombat.
a wombat, a platypus,
A quokka. Is it called a quokka?
a quokka? Yeah. Why are we talking all Australian animals here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Platypus.
Indeed, an otter.
Oh my God! Does that mean you're going to become the small talking animal sidekick forever?
I
So you can
assume so.
Use the random superpower.
Yeah.
And when you get the random superpower, do you become this animal sidekick straight away? So you can only use the superpower as this sidekick.
It sounds like it. Just from I don't know from the way I interpreted
Be
it.
a koala deadlifting a car.
A super strong
Yeah.
koala. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what Phil would be.
Hey,
ladies
that
and
would be so
gentlemen.
funny. Yeah, let's get the button pressed.
Yeah. Go on. Let's do it. There we
Bit
go. We're in the minority. Deary me.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Well, there you go. What people don't realise is that Phil is talking about how he'd like to be a super strong koala, but what people don't realise is he actually already is a super strong koala. The clues are all here, ladies and gentlemen.
Lift up that car.
Indeed,
Yeah, I can
yes.
just balance the car with it. Like a basketball, just spin it around on my finger.
Yeah, spinning a car on your
Yeah,
claw.
my finger.
Indeed.
Exactly.
There you go. Right, on to next one. Over to you then.
You have the ability to read anyone's mind. Again, we've had a lot of mind reading.
have,
in this
haven't
one.
we?
Everyone
Yeah.
knows you have the ability to. Now that could be that they would change their thoughts, so it's always positive.
Yes.
Oh, like in that Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode.
Yeah. Do you remember?
You must have positive thoughts, otherwise Bart will turn you into things.
Yeah, indeed. Turns Homer into a Jack-in-the-Box.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Also thinking though, my kind of first thought when I read this one was that if people know that you can read minds, I feel like you'd get bothered a lot by people who want to know things. Who want you to find things out.
yeah. Phil, what's my mate Mike over there saying about me?
Indeed.
Yeah.
And it made me think of a Stephen King novel that I've read called The Dead Zone.
Right.
I think that was what it was called. About a guy who is in a car crash and then he's in like a coma for about 5 years or something. When he wakes up, he has like psychic powers. Wherever he touches someone, he can see things see things kind of like related to their life, things like that. But then like he starts like getting really bothered by people who want him to sort of like read their fortunes, things like that, and he gets really like annoyed. Well, not annoyed, but it just like drives him insane because like there's an incident I think in one point in the book where there's like a woman who sends him a scar from her husband who's gone missing because he can also like touch objects related to people and like see
Yeah.
things. And he basically touches the scarf, and when he does, he like sees that the husband basically blundered into a swamp in a forest and drowned, and it's like really traumatic. So it's
Oh.
like, yeah, you don't, yeah, not good.
Yeah,
But,
I can see. Yeah, that's a good point, because you get people to just keep bothering you. Yeah, I
indeed.
think that's a will not on that one.
Yeah, it's a will not. I've put you right off that one, have I?
Yeah, that has now I've come for Stephen King.
Yeah, man, we're in the minority. 24%.
It's funny it's Stephen King, because he does all these weird horror scenarios, doesn't he? In his
He
books.
does, yeah. I must say, obviously he has some of his more famous, books, things that have been like adapted into movies like Carrie and The Shining and stuff like that. But one of my actual favourites of his books is a weird one, which I think probably isn't as well sort of rated as those ones, and it's called From a Brick 8, which is it's a really weird one, because the whole kind of theme about it is that sometimes there are no answers to like things that happen in life, and the way it sort of tells it is like it's sort of from this kind of viewpoint of a police troop in Pennsylvania somewhere who basically come into possession of this weird car that has like really weird supernatural properties, and it's like weird shit happens.
He's got an imaginative mind, doesn't he, Stephen
Yeah,
King?
he's
And,
really
still
good
going
books.
strong.
Indeed. So yeah, there you go, everybody. Okay, been recording for about 31 minutes there. So should we do just another couple, or
Yeah, let's do another two, as we
another
always
two?
do. So.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. All right. You meet your soulmate and fall deeply in love, but they are the same gender as you. I mean, at the end of the day, if it's your soulmate and you're deeply in love with them, then probably you don't give a shit about their gender, probably, do you? If you have feelings for them. So
exactly, it's all about meeting your soulmate out there. I mean, there's 7 billion people in this world. Go out there and find out who you want to be with and live. For all those people who are struggling at the moment, including myself, I need to get back to the dating scene.
Yes.
Because there is it is a cliched saying, there is someone for everyone, but there is definitely, because the 7 billion was more than that probably now. And there'll be someone there who's just like you, maybe sitting on the who's your soulmate, sitting on their sofa now going, God, I wish I was in a relationship with someone.
Yeah, indeed.
And they go, right, I'm going to get myself onto Tinder, Hinge, all the different ones, dating sites, and go, yeah, I'll give it a whirl.
Indeed, yes. I imagine, obviously, recent COVID lockdowns, things like that probably haven't helped a lot.
No, that definitely hasn't.
Okay.
They've all been lifted now, so it's helped a lot.
Press a button then. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. There we go. We are in... very... Okay, it's quite a tight one. Yeah, but we're in the minority, 49%. Interesting.
Okay, let's go to our final dilemma.
Final dilemma.
You are able to change genders at will. So you can become a woman, Andrew.
Ooh.
But you will also change genders whenever you see one of your friends or family.
Okay, so it's like automatically changing as soon as someone who is a friend or a family member steps into the room. So imagine this, Phil, right? You're sat there in your room right now. I step through the door, you change into a woman. Then suddenly one of your family members also steps into the door and you change back to a guy.
Yeah. You could just get so fucked over.
I know.
It could be like you could be sitting there, Andrew, going, well, you know what? I feel like being a woman today. I think I'll be a woman for the rest of the day. And I just pop in. Oh no, you won't.
Indeed. Oh man, it'd be so strange.
You control
wouldn't it?
someone so badly. Yeah.
I know. You could troll them. That's
Well,
right.
You're fucking over in Swindon, isn't it? So you couldn't do that to me.
I know, it's a shame. Well, hang on though. I don't know. I've got a little possible way of getting around that, Phil. You're kind of watching over Skype right now with a little webcam. Oh shit, you're seeing me right now.
Oh, hello.
There you
I'm a
go.
woman.
Yeah, you're a woman now. There you go.
Please.
Oh dearie me. So if
it doesn't mean you see one. So
Yeah.
you could, whether you see one over like Skype, or whether you just see them. Yeah.
Yes, actually in
And it
person.
felt like oh no, that you don't need that. I was just saying, if you felt like changing back, you could just call you. No, but you're allowed to do it whenever you want.
You are allowed to do it whenever you want. So yeah, it's just one of those things. People control you a lot. Yeah. So like, I change at will into a woman, but then suddenly you start jumping in and out of the door, and just like saying, "Oh, now you're a man. Oh, now you're a woman. Oh, now you're a man."
Exactly. It's definitely troll will. But if you live on your own like we do, then
Indeed.
you aren't really going to get affected.
Yeah, not really. So, where are we going with this one? Are we going?
That's the thing as well, because what happens if you decide to, go out into town with your friends or go with your parents to a restaurant? Are you just going to keep changing?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Indeed. I feel like it would be just an inconvenience.
Well,
yeah. Are we will notting or?
Because that'd be really. I assume it doesn't. It wouldn't happen when if your parents or your friends were there or your family was there, they came into the room, you would change, and then that's it until they left the back.
Yeah, I think that's what it is getting at.
A restaurant, and like for instance, you're in a restaurant with your family, let's say having a family meal, and one of your parents decided to go to the toilet, and then you change,
Indeed.
and everyone in the restaurant will be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
This man keeps changing into a woman, and then back to a man again.
Indeed.
And you should be sitting there going, "For fuck's sake!"
Yeah.
And, you'd be going, "Oh, I need to go to the toilet," and you'll be like, "No, you can fucking wait until we get home."
Yeah, indeed. I think, by that sound, it would get annoying after a while. So is it will not then? Yeah, will not. Okay, 58% also said the same thing that we did. So, sounds good in practice, but it sounds good in theory, but in practice, sounds like it would actually probably be a bit of a ball ache. So,
well, there we go. We had quite a few read your mind.
We did. Psychic ones. And we also learnt something, very interesting in this one, that Phil is actually a super strong koala. He's been masquerading as a human all this time.
I can spin a car on my finger like you can with a basketball.
Exactly. Well, there you go, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks for joining me there, Phil.
Absolutely, yes.
Indeed. All right, so we'll wrap up here. Facebook and Twitter links down below, along with a link to my propagandist channel for anyone who might be interested in that. And as always, a like is always appreciated if you enjoyed that. So thanks, everybody, and this is the two of us signing off now. Goodbye, all.
Bye-bye, all.
They're just coming out for, to check out that prime real estate. That's all they're trying to do. Coming down to earth, thinking we'll buy a house. We'll get our hands on some sweet property deals. Is there anyone out here? There's a lot of lights in the sky. Bit unsettling. Alright, what's smashed? Who broke a fucking window? That's something we're going to have to teach these here aliens. You don't break the windows. Oh, hello. That's what broke. Oh, God. Is there a flying saucer right outside our window? Oh. There is. Hello. You look lovely.